This man claims to own part of the moon. This is Richard Garriott, president of the Explorers Club and an entrepreneur and video game designer. The Explorers Club sponsored a video conversation where they tackled the question, who owns the moon? In 1993, Garriott purchased both the Soviet's Luna 21 lander and its Lunokhod 2 rover for $68,000 at the Sotheby's space auction in New York. This was the first time something was sold that is not on Earth. The Lunokhod 2 operated about 4 months in 1973 and traveled about 25 miles. Garriott says that the Lunokhod 2 is still in active use. Even though the space vehicle is inoperable, there's a set of reflective mirrors that are still used to this day by a variety of telescopes around the world. Garriott claims that the 25-mile track Lunokhod 2 rover traveled, as well as the land that it surveyed using his cameras, are all his property. Both Russia and the US have claimed parts of the moon where they say is off limits to incoming traffic. Garriott says that his chunk of land on the moon could be a welcome mat for private rovers in exchange for some sort of economic exchange. While there are no explicit security concerns related in this article because the space vehicle is inoperable, there opens a bigger question of who owns the moon and how do we decide property rights on the moon? Given that Garriott's claim was made based on the distance traveled by a space vehicle that he owns, it could be said that space vehicles are a very important part of claiming ownership of property on the moon. As such, cybersecurity concerns play a huge role in deciding property rights. So, for example, if a threat actor were to hack a space vehicle on the moon, who gets to claim the rights for the area that it traveled, or how should cybersecurity breaches be considered in terms of property rights and legal terms? These are all huge questions that we've yet to answer, and as the space sector becomes more privatized, something that we'll have to think more on.